All righty, let's turn off the stupid share. Why does it always go into a waiting room? Admit all. Good morning,
Good
people.
morning.
Yes, I have amazing hair as usual. And yes,
Good
I
morning.
am ready, Robin Grigsby.
Good morning. I'm gonna grab
Goodness.
some water. I'll be back.
Here we go. So, guys, you all are in for a treat. You have a young lady that not only has been in this industry for many years, approaching 20 years in the industry. What are we, 16, 17 years?
Yeah, almost 20.
Almost 20, or it might be 18 now because I think it was
I
16
think
when we
it was
started.
like 19 now or
Yeah,
something.
19 now. So approaching 20 years in the industry, because when we started talking over here, it was right at 16, and was extremely instrumental in when we talked about the feeling, what we wanted, the cause, the movement. There was a group of us, and Robin being one of them, that helped shape the culture of who we are. So the identity of who we are as Elapreneurs, who we are in Elevosity, had a lot to do with the influence of this young lady, with the collaboration of the group that all got started. So um, she has been amazing. She's someone that I actually, when I need to be able to talk things out or get a perspective or opinion, she's someone that I respect in a big, big way, that I can talk to and, say, is my thinking here? How do you feel about it? And we can collaborate and go back and forth. So she is amazing, and she's become one of my closest friends. So with that being said, I am going to turn it over to Miss Robin Grigsby.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you. Thank you. This is awesome. I just love Jill and Chris. They're like the best people in the world. And I'm so fortunate to be working with them. I'm love this industry. So a little bit, you guys, there's about, let me see, 70 people on here. So what I want to start off with is I'm going to share a little bit about me, why I'm excited about this industry really quick. And then I'm going to ask a question of you guys. So I want you to participate and be ready to put something over here on the side. So I am, Robin Grigsby out of Sacramento, California. And I grew up in a small country town. I wanted to be a stylist at a very early age. I went to ROP regional occupation program in high school where they paid for my beauty college experience. So I went to beauty school, then I went off to LA and learned special effects, monster makeup, worked on film and television, movie stars, fun Halloween, all kinds of fun stuff. And love working on people, love working with people. Best subject in school, I probably got an A in is talking. I got in trouble all the time for talking, but always wanting to find out about people. And I'm always intrigued with people and how they think and all that. And so was having a great, life and traveling all over and, doing my thing. And I stumbled into a health challenge when I turned 30. Had no idea, and we might need to mute. You guys, please remember to mute yourself. Um, when as my life was great, 2 kids, married my high school sweetheart. Life was grand. My dad came down with prostate cancer. I came down with autoimmune disease. Totally shift my world. Fortunately, sometimes bad storms, bad turbulence turns into something great. And there was a rainbow that came about after that. So I was introduced to a product that changed my life, almost 19 years ago, I think now, and or 20, like it's time's flying. And so I basically had a life change with my health. I mean, my health changed from a product. And then I was introduced to the opportunity. And my first goal when I was introduced to this opportunity was that just to get my product paid for. That's all I wanted to do, is get my product paid for. When I found out you could do that, I didn't know you could do that. And so when I found out, hey, all I got to do is share my story and share to other people and make a difference in people's lives. Like, I came from a hopeless, dark place. And when a product was shared with me, it changed my life and restored my hope. That was the most amazing feeling in the world. And I knew there was other people out there that could use that hope. And that started my mission in this industry. That started what I wanted to do with this platform. Is I didn't care what people thought about me, because trust me, you guys are going to get all kinds of people saying certain things because they just want to stop you from growing. It's weird how people do that. It's like the crabs in the bucket, like a bunch of crabs in a bucket, and you try to get out of the bucket and improve yourself. You got all those crabs trying to pull you back down in the bucket. So there's things you're going to experience that new to this industry, and you're going to need your teammates. You're going to need your team to hold on to stay plugged into, to keep supporting you as you transform and grow through this business model. So I was so excited, you know, when I got my restored hope, that I just started doing something what they call puking at the mouth. And I just puked on everybody. And yeah, it gave me movement. Yeah, I had momentum. Yeah, I lost some friends because I didn't know how to do this business when I first started. I did not know a thing about this business. I just knew I was excited and I believed in my product. And the excitement and belief took me a long ways before I had to know anything. And then I made the biggest mistake of thinking I had to know everything. And then I slowed my business down. And then everybody started comparing themselves to me, because then they thought that they had to know what I know to do this business. So I actually hurt my business by trying to know too much. I learned a lot in the last 20 years. I've learned a lot. And we're here to help support each and every one of you through the beginnings of this business. And this is where I want to ask the question, if you would please, if you are new to this platform, to this profession, please put a 1 in the comments if you're new. I want to see like how many people are new to this business out of like the 70, some 80 people that are on here. See, we got lots of 1s. Okay. Nice. Nice. So if you're not new, please put the number of how many years you've been in this profession. I'd like to see that. We have quite a few 1s on here. 4 years, almost 7, a year and a half a year, 2 years, 11 months, 2 years, 2 years, 21. Lisa Yan. Hey, Lisa. 21 years. 3 years, 2 years. Okay, cool. So this really helps me out, because this really helps me see who I'm speaking to. And I'm going to change this way I'm seeing you guys too. Good. I could see more of you. So yeah, this really helps me out a lot, because when I go to when I get put on a welcome call, it's really important to know, you know, are you talking to somebody that's been in the industry for 20 years? Are you talking to someone that's been in the industry for 1 month? Like, it really depends on the conversation you're going to have. And so being that this is a getting started Saturday call, typically we do have people on here that are really relatively new. And what we love about these Saturday trainings is we're really able to pour into you guys and really help you understand how to get started in this business. And honestly, it's so simple. It's so super simple. Sometimes, not sometimes, all the time, people complicate this business. It's not complicated. We complicate it. People complicate it. And it's so simple and easy that sometimes when we get started, we feel like we're not enough. We feel like we don't know enough. We feel like, how am I going to get to those people that make this amount of money? I want to make this amount of money. And I'm going to talk about money here because we're all on here talking about business. Like all of you on here, this is a business conversation we're having. And we're talking business. Like I know y'all are doing this because you like to help people and you want to make a difference in people's lives. Most of us do. But if you just wanted to help people, you would just share this without doing the business. And because you decided to make this a business decision and make money, we're going to talk freely about that on here. So I'm excited to go over just the few steps it takes to build this business, and you won't believe how simple it is. So be the product of the product. I'm going to go over just 4 steps. No, I'm going to go back and we're going to talk a little bit about what that looks like. Share your story, and please mute your phone or mute your computer, please. Maybe Chris can help me out, or I don't know. I think I'm moderator now, so I can mute. Awesome. All right. So share your story too. That's 2. 3, invite to the product an opportunity. That's 3. 4, follow up and help them get started. So product of the product. If we're not taking the product, sure, you can probably build the business. I mean, if you're really good at just talking to people and sharing, you probably can still build this business. But there's something powerful about you taking the product, having your experience, and the energy that comes from that when you're actually consuming the product and telling people about your experience. There's an energy transfer. People can feel your excitement. And like I said earlier, when you're excited and you believe in this product and what you're doing, that will build your business. Excitement and belief will take you a long ways. You don't even have to know much, and that might surprise you guys, but seriously, just excitement and belief. And take advantage of being new. Take advantage of not knowing much. You're actually in a beautiful place. You are in a better place than even some of us that know too much, because you can duplicate easier, because you can just keep it simple. So people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So just caring on people, loving on people, listening to people, keeping an ear open for what their challenges are, being a good listener, being a master asker, ask lots of questions, find out about them, let them do the talking. We can sit there and what they call puke at the mouth, where we say too much because we're so excited and we think we got to know all this stuff to impress them and to sell them on what it is they need to know and why they want to be a part of this. And really, we kind of do too much. We oversell. We don't need to do that. People can feel your excitement. They can see your happiness. They can see you're going somewhere. People don't want to be left behind. They like to go with you. If they feel that you're doing something and you're going somewhere, they don't want to be left behind. And there's something about piquing interest and not giving it all to them. So just your excitement. So you being the product of your product, taking the product to, number 2, sharing your story. So this is, you can get creative in sharing your story. You can use social media to share your story. You can do peaking posts, you can put up a picture of a coffee cup, a cool look saying on a coffee cup, and a picture of you. Or if you don't want to put a picture of you, that's okay too. You don't have to use you. You can just take a picture of a coffee cup or a pill or just a pretty background, post it, and talk about your benefits. Your benefits is what people want. They want to feel happy. They want to feel motivated. They want to feel excited. They want to lose weight. They want to curb their appetite. They want fat loss. They would love to have better focus and memory. They want better sleep. They want to bring inflammation down. They want to feel less pain. So when you're sharing your story, include benefits. Always include benefits. People can identify with benefits. That's what they're looking for. So when you're online and you're posting a pic of the day, if you happen to just say, I'm going to post about better sleep today, you're going to attract people who want better sleep. they're gonna be like, oh, I can't sleep either. You just so happen to post about one of the benefits and it was better sleep this particular time. You're going to attract people who are looking for that, and they're going to reach out to you. We do not suggest for you to put your link on social media. We do not suggest for you to put your little website on the front when you share a picture, because there's reasons, and that is, you don't want people just clicking on your website, looking at your stuff, and then forming an opinion about a price before they even know the benefits of the product. People will say things are too expensive when they don't know the value and it's not important to them. I don't care if it's $10, $20. They'll form an opinion around it because they haven't figured out for themselves if this product is valuable to them. So if somebody doesn't value 2-ply toilet paper, and I had this happen before with a client, they will buy 1-ply toilet paper because they don't value the price it costs to buy 2-ply toilet paper, but yet this particular person used to spend thousands at a casino. She valued gambling. So people will pay for the things they value. Now, when you go to post a link up and you haven't really sold the value yet, or you haven't found out how this can solve a solution, you could be a solution for their challenge yet, solve a problem. Well, they really don't have the buy-in yet. They don't know why they would want this, except for, oh, this sounds exciting. It sounds interesting. Let me go look at our link. Oh, it's this much money. And we know the product that we have is affordable. We know that we have an affordable functional beverage and now an exciting magic pill. Like, we know it's very affordable. And it's funny, my mind keeps going to things I want to share with you guys. And I start talking about something, I get squirreled because it's like, oh yeah, I want to tell you this and tell you that. So that's what I'm talking about. I have so much to share. I can get off task really easy. So basically, people will pay for what they value. So putting your website up will also cause them to go Google, and they will go, if we don't want you posting, or we won't suggest that you post also the name of the product, or Elevate, Elevosity, Georgia Peach Tea, or we don't want you to do that, only because, I mean, you can if you want, but we suggest that you don't, because they'll go Google and they'll go find it on somewhere else. Now, our company has done an amazing job at fixing that area, because now they've done something really unique that no one's done so far, is that we've become the seller, so that the product is always going to be more expensive than what we can offer. So people can't just go now to these other sites and buy this product for lesser than what we can offer it. And so that's really cool. The other thing is the money comes back to the company and it gets put back into the field in percentages of bonuses and such like that. So I don't know if that's something you want to know more about, reach out to the person that brought you here. They can share that with you. But I love this because this has been a challenge in our industry, where people will just run off to eBay or wherever, and they go try to find the product. Well, how we can control that is we just don't place the name up there. Now, when you've been here for some time and your circle of people pretty much already know you're with the company and they know what product, you kind of loosen up a little bit. So if you notice some of the leaders that have been here for some time, you might see on their page them doing that. And don't follow that. When you're new, you want to keep it very, you want to pique people's interest. You want to keep it kind of a secret, where people want to know what you're doing and they're not just forming an opinion and going somewhere else and looking. You don't want to. So again, being new is a beautiful place. Being new and not knowing a lot is a beautiful place. And the other reason is, it's like I said, it's duplicatable, but you are connected with people that do know. You're connected with leaders and mentors that will get the answers for you. All people need to know is that you're connected and that you can get the answers. What that does, being new, is that helps people know they can trust you and they know that you can find the answer, but they also in their head and their mind is already deciding they can do this business too, Because when they ask you about a product, the great way to answer is, that's a great question. Let me get that for you. Let me go get that answered for you. Let me get that information for you. You know what? Let me go talk to my business partner. I'll grab and use the tools as much as possible. You know, yesterday when we had the launch, like I would have people, you know, message me, what's in this? I went and scrolled for my PDF and I shot it over. I just sent over PDF. What's in the product? What is the product? I didn't spend time explaining it because I don't want to be the expert. And this business is meant for duplication. It's not meant for people to rely on you and depend on you, but it's meant for you to show people how you can simply do this using the tools, and then they can simply do this and use the tools. And then on down the line, when you have teams of levels of 5, 6, 10 levels down, everybody's doing the same thing and having the same opportunity to share using the tools, using the website, using the videos, using an amazing app that we have. And now we're going to be having an awesome new back office pretty soon. We're going to be having some exciting new tools in our system, and things they're getting greater and better. Being here from the beginning, we had some growing pains. Some of you, if you've been here at all in the beginning, yeah, Chris mentioned, you know, we all came here with excitement of creating something different in the field, you know, something that people didn't want to experience anymore in this industry. And we wanted to create a place of happiness and building happiness and using this product to elevate people's lives. And yet we had such a rush of building, like I seen Shane McCardle, he was here too in the beginning. I see Valerie Fuller, she's on my team. Wendy, I see her, she's been here from the beginning, Wendy Farrell. And I see Tammy, and I see Ian. I see a bunch of people on here that have been here for some time. I see Cheryl. Yeah, I see a lot of people on here and a lot of new faces. And so we had growing pains, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, it definitely grows you. It develops you. And it's allowed us as leaders to go through some challenges and learning how to deal with challenges. And I bring that up because we're going to talk about that too in this business. It's a simple, easy business, but people can complicate things. And we will go and have some challenges, but adversity is not put there. You know, obstacles are not put in front of you to stop you. It's put there to grow you. And this is a growing business. Like, you're going to grow an incredible income. You're going to grow incredible friendships in this industry. Like, when we all get together, and I can't wait until we can have some social closeness again. I miss everybody. I just miss being around everybody. I'm such a people person, and the Zooms are nice, but it does not take the place of actual connecting. So when we have our first convention, it's going to be out of this world. Like, you ain't going to want to miss it. Like, it's going to be so fun, and our energy and just being together, there's going to be so much love in the room. I just can't even wait for it. But this business, as easy as it can also be a little complicated when we're dealing with people. So I'm going to go back to the points. Invite to the product and opportunity. All right. So you share your story. And number 3, going to go back and we're going to discuss that and what that looks like. So number 3, invite people to the product and opportunity. So here's where, after you've listened to them, after you hear them, after you've shared, you know, the benefits, and you connect with people, now you can invite them. And it's just like dating, you know, if you're around someone often, or you're hanging out, or, you know, you're never going to go on a date unless you ask, right? So people have to ask, they have to take that next step. So it's really easy to invite people to this. And I'm going to give you a line that works really, really well. You want to write this down. So after you kind of connect with people and you hear them out, you kind of can see, oh, I know I can solve a problem. I can solve a challenge for them. You know, they're looking for fat. They're looking to stay home. They're looking for more income. You know, I know these things because of our conversation. And now it's like, this may or may not work for you. Now this line, it works so great because it gives them an invite, but it takes it away. And it works every single time. So write this down. This may or may not work for you. However, what I hear you saying, and then you repeat some things that they had said that they're looking for, and say, now you can follow up and say, however, I hear you're saying you're struggling with weight loss and you've tried a lot of things. This may or may not work for you, but this is what I'm doing and it's working for so many. Would this be something you would like to know more about? When you ask permission and they say yes, now you're not shoving it in their face and you're not telling them what they need to know more about. Like I've heard people say, you need to know about this. Check this out. Go to my link. You need this product. You say you want that. You need, no, people don't want to be told. People want to buy. People want to buy, but they don't want to be sold. So when you ask, would this be something you'd like to know more about? Every time, almost every time they say yes. Now, remember, you're not the expert and you're in a hurry and you're not there to explain and you're not there to puke at the mouth and you're not there to scare them away and you're not there to oversell. You just asked them, they said yes. Now use the tools. Great. I'm going to shoot you over a quick video. It'll explain a little bit about what I'm excited about. And when you're done, I would love to connect with you. This may or may not be for you, but hey, love to hear what your thoughts are. Love to hear your feedback, what you think. Is this something you could see would work for you? Or do you know anyone that it can help work for? And so you're just massaging the conversation and you're just like, you're not being pushy, but you're asking. And they say, sure. And they look at the video and then you're like, if they don't get back with you, say, hey, great. What'd you think of that? I'm excited to hear what your thoughts are. I just love to get your feedback. I want to hear what your thoughts are about. And people, again, love to talk. They love to tell you how they feel. And if you ask them, they want to tell you about themselves. They want to tell you, like, they're good about that. Like, they don't need to be told, they just ask the right questions. And so then obviously they're going to tell you, yeah, this sounds great. Yeah, get them started, great. There's many ways you can get started. Like we all have ways that we help people get started. What time is it? 9:29. We all have ways to help people get started. And it could be that you're going to offer samples. Some people like to do that. Some people don't like to do that. Some people, I find this to work sometimes. I just did it yesterday. Hey, if you buy a bottle, I'll gift you 5 days worth. If I'm nearby you, I'll gift it to you and you can get started for free. I'll give that to you. He went and bought a bottle, showed up at my driveway. I gave him 5. He took it. I gave him 5 days worth of the magic caps. He took it, texted me. I have the text. I shared it with my team. He is excited. He loves how he feels. He wants to get started. He signed up yesterday. So getting people started sooner and when they're excited and when they're ready and when they're contacting you is best. If you can get them on the product, I don't care, meet them somewhere. Like right away when he said he wanted to, first he wanted to know, can I just buy it from me? I said, no, I got a lot of samples here, but I would rather, if you would do me a big favor, just purchase online and I'll gift you for free 5 days worth on me. And he's like, oh, that sounds great. And he got started. And so we can do that. Or, you can sell your samples, 5 days for $25 or, 5 days for $30. People will take more care to something or pay more attention to something if they pay for it. So I don't always recommend giving samples away, but there's times that you will give samples away. There's times you'll offer it, like I just did on my thread. I offered a little game and I offered, I private messaged people and said, just for playing, I'm going to send you some samples. I'm going to give them 2 caps, and that's an investment. I'm investing into my business. And that's a whole nother conversation. All of you on here, whether you make a lot of money, whether you hit your goals, whether you make $500 in a year's time, which I know you will with this company. I've never seen anyone make less than their goals. Like they're always super exceeding their goals. Something magical about this company and about our product and about our team and our culture is just people are winning here. But if you do not hit that goal of income that you were wishing to, you're still a winner. I want y'all to know on here, you are still winning because you decided to take this coffee that most of us drink anyway and turn it into a business. So you took drinking coffee and you turned it into a business decision. Now you get to drink coffee as a business. And if you're new to business, owning a business, there is nothing better. Financial advisors tell us all the time, find a home-based business that you like and live through it. Because when you have a business, all of us here having a coffee business that we paid $49 for business and some products, now have the ability to write off dinners and travel and your home for business expense, your drinks, your products are all a write-off because you have to purchase so much, right, to be qualified for the business. So your qualifying amount that you're spending, the money you're putting out that you're drinking, enjoying our product is a business write-off. So if you have a job, because most people are doing this part-time, which I highly suggest everyone have a home-based business part-time. And if you're lucky enough to do it full-time, or if that's even what you want, kudos to you. Like that's this industry allows you that option. And if that's what you're looking for, then we can have anything. That's what I love about this. We can have and be and do anything with this platform. Sky's the limit. The thing that stops most people is ego. Ego. We all have one. And that ego is not our friend. I've seen many times where the ego is the very thing that kept people to the next level, kept them from the next rank, kept them from the next growth in their business and income because they're too stubborn to be wrong, or they're not allowing themselves to be coachable or teachable. So can you build this business without ego? Yeah, I mean, no, we all have ego. Can you build this business to a certain level with ego issues? Yeah, you can. You 100% can. But I will tell you, it will be the factor that makes it challenging to get ahead and to grow faster. Because in this business, you will be exposed to yourself. And sometimes you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my gosh, I really got to change that about myself. Ugh. And that's not easy. It's so humbling. It is so, but guess what? Those who can humble themselves to know the ego does not have to be right. You do not have to be right. You can be wrong. It's okay. But those who can do that are stronger people. They're much stronger people. And it's not easy to do. The things that are not easy to do in life, the things that are hard in life, are the things that are the most rewarding in life. All right, so we invited people to the opportunity. Here's another line. I wish I could read this over here, you guys. I am over 40 and I need glasses, and a lot of this is kind of blurry, but I wish I could stop and read a lot of what you guys are saying, because I know you guys are saying some awesome stuff over here. But okay, so here's another line you guys could write down. Now we're talking about inviting people to the opportunity. This works. I've done this so often. And you could do this when you're out and about, when you're in line at the grocery store, I've done it when I've done it everywhere where I've just met someone. So quickly, say you're going to buy a TV and you're in the sales store, right? And the guy's trying to sell you a TV. You quickly are trying to create rapport with this guy. Like, yeah, he's selling you a TV, but your intention is going to sell him on some happiness, right? That's what your intentions are, or what you're thinking about. And so I start asking questions about that person while we're talking about the TV. And I figure out, how can I get him to talk about himself? And I create rapport. So we have somewhat of a connection. So he feels a little bit of a trust with me. He feels a little, comfortable with me. And then towards the end, I will say, hey, if I hear that he's an opportunity guy, if I'm here that he's kind of entrepreneur, because most sales guys are, I'm like, hey, do you keep your income options open? So write that down. Most every time, no one's going to say no. They're like, yeah, what do you got? Or yeah, what do you mean? Or yeah, what do you have? Hey, I'm going to send you over something to take a look at. It may or may not be for you. However, I am seeing some incredible income coming in to the people who are doing this with me. Or I'm seeing some great, I see a lot of entrepreneurs that are just taking a hold of this and running and doing awesome with it. So I'm going to shoot you over something to take a look at. It may or may not be for you, but hey, I'd love to hear your thoughts. So again, it's that it may or may not be for you, but that's the opening line is, hey, do you keep your income options open? Yeah, great. You're in a hurry. You're not going to explain. Like you don't want to explain. You keep it simple. Use the tools. I'm going to shoot something over for you to take a look at. I really would love to hear what your thoughts are. May or may not be for you, but hey, I'll connect with you later. I mean, you don't even have to, you just keep it super sweet. If you just do that over and over. Now I know right now we're in COVID time and we're not out and about and we're not as, I gotta go buy a refrigerator today, so I'm gonna test it out and see if I can get this to happen today when I go get my refrigerator, because my refrigerator went out yesterday. So and freezer, that was a mess. But anyway, so it's fun to do. It's a game. Okay, I would like to share something else. When you follow up, number 4, follow up and get them started. This is key, where you're being of service, you're being of value. And you can say, I can do it for you. Hey, let me get you plugged in. I could do it for you. I'm plugging some people in tonight. Let me get your information. I'll plug it in for you. Or you can leave it up to them to do it. But often if you offer your value, if you offer to help them and do it with them, now you're being of service to them and you're in control of your business. You're in more control of your business. And you're just offering a value. I know for myself, there's many times I want something and I'm the biggest procrastinator. I will want something and all I got to do is go online and buy it. And I just don't do it. I just don't sit down and go do it. But if I had someone say, hey, I'm putting in an order tonight, what would you like to have? Or is there anything you'd like to have? I'll take your order. Sure. And I'll shoot over what I'd like. And they go do it all. And I'm like, I got my product coming to me at my door. So you're not bugging people. You're being of value. You're being of service to them. And they appreciate it when you follow through and you help them get started. Now, once you get started, that's how to get started, right? I mean, that's the basics of doing this business. You're going to hear some people say, and you might have been one of these people, say, I'm too busy to do another business, or I'm too busy. I'm too busy. I don't have time to do a business. You guys, this business is the easiest business in the world because it goes with you everywhere. It's your mouth. That's all you're doing is referring. We refer things all the time. We refer what we like to friends all the time. And this is a referral-based business. This is easier than traditional network marketing. This is easier than when people did Amway or they did Cookie Lee or Tupperware. Excuse me, sorry guys. This is easier than traditional business because those are really a little bit more sales, and we're really a little bit more storytellers. We're like sharing stories and we're offering solutions and we're providing a link for them to have an option to solve their problem. And it may or may not work for them, but what if it did? And don't attach yourself to the outcome. That's the worst thing we can do when we get started here is attach ourselves to the outcome. Like unattach yourself. It's a lot easier in your soul. Like you'll feel a lot better just not being attached to what they say or what they do and move on. And you'll see most people will come along and they'll want to do this. And because they don't feel that you're attached to whether they say yes or no, they don't feel it. They are, because you're not. Like, so what if they say no? So what if they say yes? So one of the things that was shared with me when I first started the industry, and this is a great visual, is, what time is it? 9:42. I don't know how long we're going to go here. Probably have to wrap it up here in a minute. But is if you can imagine that you're just a waiter and you have a platter and you have water bottles on this platter, and you're like, say you're at a wedding and you're walking around and you're offering people water. People are going to say no, and people are going to say yes. But the ones that say no, you don't take it personal, because they're saying no to the water. They're not saying no to you. You're just offering them something and they're saying no to the water, but it has nothing to do with them saying no to you. So often we take things a little personal when we're offering people something. So if you can remember, you're just walking around offering people water. And if they tell you no, that's okay. And guess what? No does not mean no forever. No just means not right now. Because almost always those people that say no will come back 6 months, a year from now, I'll be like, hey, I've been watching you. Or, hey, do you still have that stuff? Or maybe it's just not the right time for them. Timing is everything. But your consistency of plugging in and doing this business will pay off. Just be consistent. Just be excited, believe in what you're doing, and be consistent. That's the key. Consistency is the magic. And keep it simple. Super, super simple, because this business will pay you so well because it's a lot of people doing a little bit. That's how this business pays well. A lot of people doing a very little bit. And I think that's why that's one of our great magics with this company. After being in the industry for a long time, I've been able to learn what it was that kind of creates this movement with us, this magic. I mean, it's different pillars, but it's not just one thing, but it's the fact that, you know, I feel a lot of people that are seeking money, they think it's supposed to be a shiny object and it's supposed to be hard and that's supposed to be difficult. And they got to know a bunch of stuff, or they got to buy a big product and sell a big product, and they overcomplicate it. And and this is what I was just telling my friend yesterday. I said, when we can understand, like, this product is affordable to the masses. So we're sharing a product that can relate to a lot of people. And if a lot of people just did a little bit, you are going to be very well off. So keeping it simple, duplicate make it just as simple, and rely on your team. Let your team be the experts for you, and plugging in. So excitement and belief gets you a long ways, right? I'm going to say a few things before I close out. Plugging into your team, it's not necessary. You can have a business without plugging in. It's your option. It's your choice. You're the boss of your own business. No one's telling you what to do. But if you plug in, if you decide you want to plug in, you're only going to benefit. You're going to grow. You're going to hit your goals faster. You're going to stay plugged into the wall of electricity. Think about that. Think about a light socket. A light can't shine without being plugged into the wall. So think about you being the light. How can you stay lit up? How can you stay bright to light up the path for other people? Is staying plugged in. Because when we unplug, life gets in the way. And we get busy and we're not productive. We just get busy. And we don't see the results that we wish to see. So plugging in is super important. Your choice if you wish to plug in. We highly recommend plugging in as much as possible. Yes, it takes some time out of your day. Yes, it takes some sacrifice. Yes, it takes some discipline. But you will be paid greatly by plugging in. You will win in every area of your life, because you're not only growing a business, you're growing your mindset. And when you grow your mindset and you change your mindset, because you're going to go through some changes, there's so much to talk about in this industry that's so amazing. I could talk forever. So plugging in is key. Make sure you get on a welcome call Make sure you have your own welcome call. Make sure people that you bring in have a welcome call. It is powerful. It is magical. Every person that gets done with a welcome call, they have their goals set. They know their why. They have directions. They know how to go where they're going, and they feel important. And that's what this business is about. People want to feel important. They want to feel part of something greater. Every single welcome call I've done with people have got off saying, that was amazing. They feel important. They feel part of the team. They feel more clear about why they're doing this business. They understand the steps it takes. They're given some tools. They're given some tasks. So make sure you have a welcome call, and make sure you bring your new people on and you get them a welcome call. Within a really close time of bringing them in, because they're excited. Plug into team page, plug into your team threads to stay informed, and team calls. You want to go to your upline support, and some people have the same, some people have different. Just make sure you get the information of how to plug in so you're in control of your success. Books I want to recommend, or some leaders I want to recommend. Jim Rohn, R-O-H-N, First Year Network Marketing. I watched that when I first started in this industry. It will help you set your mindset right, understanding the concept of this business model and understanding how to manage your emotions through some of the hurdles you might have. And Jim Rohn just does a great job of giving you aha moments. Like, I can listen to him all the time and listen to the same one and just get something new each and every time. Mindset is so important in life, but also in this business. And it's amazing who you will become in a couple years from now. You're not going to be the same person, and nor do you don't want to be. And not that you're a bad person, but you're going to be the better version of yourself in a couple years. And you're going to have more income to live a lifestyle that you deserve to live before leaving this earth. Because you cannot have that life being who you are right now. Because who you are right now is giving you exactly what you got right now. So if you want better and you want more, you got to become more. You have got to change. And guess what? Change is not easy. It is not. You will sabotage yourself sometimes because it's too hard to change. So remember that. When you start to feel yourself changing, sometimes like a thermostat, we will keep ourselves at the same temperature because it's too uncomfortable to have even better. People who get more and have more sometimes don't feel they're deserving of it. It feels weird and it feels awkward. So when you start making more, sometimes you'll sabotage that because it doesn't feel right. And you haven't yet loved yourself enough to know that you deserve that you deserve more. Because people who get things in life, they feel deserving. Have you often wondered why sometimes people are not, there's even people out there not good people, and you're like, why are they getting ahead in life? Like, how is that happening? They're not even good people. You know why? Because they feel deserving. They feel they deserve to have that extra piece of cake. So as you're being humble and you're being giving as a good person we can be, the person who feels deserving of that last piece of cake is going to go get it. Sometimes you have to understand it's not always the best to be so humble. And so you have to know, I deserve this. I deserve to have that extra piece of cake. I don't know why I'm using cake, but I know we all love cake. And when there's a last piece of cake, sometimes you're like, I'll give it up to that person because it'll make them happy. But if you think about it, you got to be a little selfish. And you got to know you deserve. And you got to love yourself to know that you deserve. So just remember, when you're sharing this gift to people, when you're giving a gift to people, and that's what we're doing. We're gifting people happiness. We're gifting people a better way. It's a gift. What we have is a gift. People just don't always know it yet. They don't know what's in this gift. They don't know what the details are. And sometimes people aren't open to getting the gift. They're not ready for it yet. But just be patient, because if you stay consistent and you keep going forward, they'll come back and they'll be like, hey, I'm ready for that gift. So Tony Robbins is another one. Be sure to catch some Tony Robbins. He's an incredible leader. He's one of my favorite. He's learned from Jim Rohn. And Ray Higdon, I use Ray Higdon a lot with social media because I'm old school. I'm about connecting with people, talking with people. I can talk to anybody anywhere. And, but with all that's going on right now, we're a little kind of trapped, not so much out as much yet. I'm in California, so we're really like closed down here, but it's getting better. Pray for us, please. But social media is really a huge pond of people. And so Ray Higdon does a great job at helping people learn how to, progress on social media, giving you tools. We actually in our team use a lot of Ray Higdon stuff, and we do a lot of social media tips, things that Ray Higdon offers in his training, and it works. People are having success using it. And it's social media has its pros and cons, but we got to face it. That's the future, right? We got to know that we can contact tons of people through social media. And also the beauty about it, I know for myself, because of social media and because of the internet, like my team is all over the world. I mean, I have people all over. Whereas before, years ago, not having this kind of tool, my teams weren't always so far away. So now I have teams all over. And what's cool about this, guys, is you having a business partner in a different state, business write-off, go do a trip, go visit them. But also if you ever broke down in a car in a state, you have a couch to sleep on. Like the more business partners you have all over, no matter where you go, you have a couch to sleep on, which is really, really cool. So one more thing is I want you guys, before we close out, which we've been on almost an hour and it's gone so fast. I want you to remember not to be defined by your goals or the outcomes that you get from this business. Don't allow yourself to be defined by that, because that will leave you a hollow life. If you are defined, even if you meet your goals, you're going to have a hollow life, because you're going to think that that's total fulfillment, and you're going to think that that's great, but it doesn't last. So if you meet your goals, you'll have a hollow life. If you don't meet your goals, or if your outcome isn't what you expected it to be, don't allow it to define who you are. Remember that as long as you're coming from good intent and the behaviors that you're putting into the world, if you're a good person, and keep your promises to yourself. Keeping your promises to yourself will build your confidence. Little promises that you make, keep your promises to yourself. If you decide to get up a certain time, get up a certain time. If you set parameters, if you set boundaries, if you set whatever, keep the promises to yourself. That will help you become more confident in yourself. And know that when you're being a good person and your intent, it's your intent, as long as you focus, be defined by that, by your intent and the good the behaviors and the activities and the actions you take into the world. That's how you define yourself. So remember, you're not your outcomes. You're not your goals. Just remember how to define yourself. And I'm going to end it at that. And if you have any questions, I'm going to go ahead and unmute yourself at this time, and feel free to ask questions, and let's chat. Let's talk. Anyone?
Robin,
Yeah.
Hi. Odile here.
Hi.
Hi, Robin. Thank you. That was absolutely fabulous. Really wonderful stuff. I've written a whole notebook of notes, so that was really good. Thank you. I have one question. When you talk about helping someone to sign up, or doing it for them, how do you do that with the, like the credit card information and that? How do you work that?
So you can have them on the phone, and you can do it for them. You can put all their information in there for them, and then they're going to get their, their code, and then they tell you. So you can do it by being on the phone with them.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you could also do Zoom and do screen share, Or you can, if you have an iPhone, you can do, you can talk, you can, walk them through it with them. So they're not alone, and do it for them.
Okay. All right. And so credit card information that people are usually okay with that.
So that's a great question. I love that. I love this subject right here. When I first started the industry, I felt uncomfortable taking people's cards.
Right.
And what I learned was we're in sales, right? We're selling a product. Even though we're sharing a product and we're referring a link, everything is sales. So even if you are, look, if our kids are trying to sell to us why they didn't do their homework. And we try to sell to our kids why they need to do their homework. Bottom line, it still sells. We're selling a point of view. So people are used to giving their card up when they're buying something. They don't even think twice about it. We're in business. We're selling a product. We have a product that we're putting into the marketplace. People are already conditioned that if I'm going to go buy candles from one of my friends that sells candles, I'm not going to think twice about not giving her my card. So when I first started this business, I was uncomfortable asking for people's cards. And my friend says to me, look, as long as you're uncomfortable with it, they're going to be uncomfortable with it. So you got to get over being uncomfortable with it. How do you get over being uncomfortable with it? Understanding that you're in a business and they expect to give you their card if they're going to buy a product. Everybody does. In my salon, people buy products, they give me their card, I take it, I don't think twice about it. So I had to understand that this is the same concept. And once I felt okay with it, I never ever once had a problem. So this is what I do. Again, you have to feel okay with it, because if you're still not feeling okay with it, it's an energy you're going to transfer over to them. And they're going to be like, well, should I give her my card? Because she's acting like I'm taking my card, right? So if you were to say, how do you say your name? Odile?
Odile, yeah.
Odile. So Odile, I'm going to go ahead and put some orders in tonight. Would you like me to place your order with those orders? I'm going to be sitting down at my computer anyway, so I could do it for you. But you got to be around, because you're going to get like this code. And oh yeah, that's fine. Okay. Well, let me start by let me get your name. And now this is what I do. So as I'm getting their information, I don't start off with their card. I start off with their name, their address. I get them used to giving me the information. All right, now what form of payment are you planning to use? How confident is that? So what form of payment are you planning to? Cool, Visa, all right. What's your code? What's your number? 3-digit. All right, sweet. Awesome. People.
Fantastic.
People don't have a problem giving cards up.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Robin. That's perfect. Thank you.
I'm glad that could help. Hopefully it helped a lot of you guys on here, because that is a challenge with a lot of people. Great question. Any more great questions out there? Don't be shy.
Hi, I have a question.
Hi, is that Angie? Hi, Angie.
Angie. Yeah. So I've had a tremendous loss in my family last week, and I'm beginning to feel better. I haven't posted anything about Happy Coffee in the past week. I feel like next week or this coming up week, I'll be more ready. But how do I, like on my post, it's been about, the loss, and now it's like, how do I transition back into talking about happy coffee and happy things,
Yeah. Tell me what Happy Coffee's done for you.
Well, I've been through a whole lot this week. A whole lot can happen in a week. I now have temporary custody of my niece. And last week her mom was alive and now she's gone. And so now she's my great niece. And I've been to court. I've been, it's just been like so much. But with Happy Coffee, like, even with what I've gone through, like on the inside, I've been able to like hold it together and like do everything that I needed to do. Still suffering, but still like managing to find the bright side and the joy of, I guess, looking at the bright spots. So that's helped me a whole lot. So I was thinking maybe I could talk about that.
Okay,
Um,
well,
but
first I want to say, Angie, I'm really, really sorry that you're going through that, and prayers to you and your family for that. It's so, so sorry.
thank you.
Um, Let me ask you another question. Has being a part of your team and the community that you're in, has that helped?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what we're here. We're a spiritual family. And a lot of times, like being part of something like this, is the product is super effective and the product we know works. And it does help elevate our mood and helps our hormones and all that. Life gets in the way, things happen. And yet, when you have a community of people that can support you, love on you, be there for you, be positive for you, hold your hand. That's the other beauty about this business. And you sharing your heart, I would even do a live, let people hear you and feel you. Like lives are powerful. And you could just say, look, this is how it's been for me. And this is what I've experienced in the last week. I just want to share what it's been like to be part of a group of people and explain from your heart, like how it's helped you, and a product that you didn't know weeks ago or months ago, but was introduced by a friend at the most perfect time, and how you just know that it's making a difference for you because of what it does. And it's not the save all. Nothing's going to take back what happened, and nothing's going to change what happened. But if you can share how it's allowed you to adapt through it or grow through it, and it's been a part of your journey, it's part of your story, then other people have lost people. Other people are going through traumas right now. They'll be able to connect with your story, and they'll want to try this because they'll want to see if this is something that can help them through their struggles. So your story is important. Your story is going to change lives for people. Your story, and people are going to feel your realness. Don't be afraid to do a video. Like if you're not wanting to do live, do a video. Do it, post it on YouTube, post it on, Facebook, if you're not ready to do it live. But you'll impact a lot of people through your story, because many people are right where you're at, are experiencing a lot of the same stuff. So, yeah.
Thank you so much for that. I was just afraid that it would come across as like I was trying to take a tragedy and like turn it into like a like
Remember your intent, and don't care about what people think. As long as like I just said, don't be defined by your outcomes. Don't think about what ifs. Just know your intent in your heart and what you truly want, the message you want to get out. People will feel that. And when you're true to your story, and like I'm just sharing, your intent is to make a difference and to help someone else that might thought that maybe they couldn't make it through, because there are people out there who do not have family and do not have friends. Like what a blessing it would be to have a community of people like this that are going to wrap themselves around them and be there for them. So this business model has changed my life. It's not just been about a product. It's been about friends. I have the most amazing friends from this industry, and incredible like growth within myself, within my family, within my friends around me. So the fact that you're growing and you're adapting and changing, you're going to touch many people's lives around you. You're making a difference in the world. And so keep walking, keep on this journey, keep moving forward, trust your mentors, just stay coachable, stay knowing that this business is going to give you so much more than income. And money is important. It, like Jim Rohn says, money, I mean, people, they have different feelings wrapped around money, but money ranks right up there with oxygen. You have to have it to survive. So why not make it by contributing something great in the world, a value? We know we have a gift. I 100% know that when I share this product, something good can come from it. So when you know that you're giving somebody something that is a blessing in disguise, some people just, they don't know, they don't know. People don't know, they don't know.
Thank you.
Kind of like when you're, it's kind of like when you become saved and you're, I'm not going to get religious on here, but when you become saved and you're like, all of a sudden the skies are bluer and you realize you didn't see, you didn't know. And now you want to go save everybody else. It's like, you want to just take everybody with you. And some people can get too puking at the mouth, right? They get too much, but really it's just, we have to be patient and we have to lead by example. Continue leading by example. By your example, people will attract to you. By your example, people will see greatness within what you're sharing. Just keep being you, and just remember it's about your intent.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any more questions? We've been on here a little bit of time now. All right. Okay, question. Great. Where are we at?
Quick question. Sorry. I know you spoke about internationally being able to, share the product. I guess my question is, there is a couple people that I know that live in Mexico. So I don't know when there will be a possibility that we'll be able to share it in other places like that.
Yeah, so if you have people in other countries, it's up to you as a business owner to be creative in the way that you can get the product to them, because it's our own business, right? We can do some pretty cool things. However, the company isn't mailing there yet. The company isn't there yet. I don't have an answer when that's going to be. I do know that, well, we are in Puerto Rico. I don't know what regions are going to be opening up, but I do know we're going international this next year. So I know that we are growing. We're going to be going outside of more, I mean, we are international already. We're in Australia and New Zealand and and Canada. I mean, we are, but we're really going to be going bigger and better. I don't have an answer for Mexico.
All right. Thank you.
Sorry, Kim. I wish I did. All right. Any more questions? Okay.
Hey, Robin, which opportunity video do you use? The Happy Coffee video, or which one do you usually use for the opportunity? I have trouble growing a team. I have one person, but she's really not doing a lot with it. But I have another person sort of interested, and I just kind of wondered which one video you're using for that.
Yeah, I use the one on the Ella app that is more opportunity driven. But I do know that we have one coming out that is going to be using slides, and we'll have a more opportunity type, I guess you'd say, visual for people. It's coming out. They're making it right now, just so you guys know.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Hey, Robin, I have a question, and this might be the same one she just asked, I don't know. But when you said that you send people a video, when you say, I hear you're struggling with weight loss, here's what's working for me, would you like to hear more? Is that the video you were just talking about?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, great. Thank you.
There's two of them. There's two of them. When you go on your Ella app, there's actually two of them that it says opportunity, and let's see here. It says, let's see where it's at. Okay, what is Happy Coffee? And then the next one says the Elevasi opportunity. So it's very short. It doesn't say a lot. We are coming out with even more tools. So that's the great thing. Guys, like when I started here, we were building with putting coffee in baggies. Like we didn't have sticks. We didn't have tools. We didn't have PDFs. We didn't have anything. It was excitement, belief, our team, our culture, we just knew where we were going, and we blew this up, pure excitement. People feel you. They feel you. It's energy driven. So we all have the same tools to use. We all have the same platform. It's what we do with it is what's going to determine our outcome. It's like we are responsible for our own successes. So if we want to become more successful, you want to hang out with people that are successful. Figure out what are they doing? What's their activities? What are their actions? How are they functioning? How do they talk? What are they? So just that's plugging in. That's the plugging in power. So again, you guys, this has been an amazing morning. I enjoyed I haven't done a Saturday training in a while, so I was looking forward to it. I love talking, especially to new people who are getting started in this industry, because I remember what it feels like. I totally remember being new in this industry. I've learned so much. And just know that if you have your leaders, your mentors, your people that you're plugged into, they've been here, like Chris Schweda, like incredible mindset. Like if you have a challenge and you can't get through it, don't let it stop you. The wall was not put there to stop you. It was put there for you to figure out how to get around it. And get a hold of your mentor, get a hold of a leader, get a hold of somebody that can hold your hand through it, because I promise you, there is not one level you can't get through. It's the ego. It's the ego that will mess you up every time. So just know, all right, I'm going to go get mentored. I'm going to accept coaching. I'm going to be able to hear things I might not want to hear about myself and what I'm doing that's stopping my growth, because I got to be responsible, because I'm part of the equation. So just if that's one thing you could do here as you grow in this business, I promise you, there ain't nothing you can't overcome. There's nothing you can't grow through. So you guys, it's been quite some time. Love you all. I appreciate spending my morning with you. Hope you got a ton of value, and I'll see you on another one. It won't be the same. They're all different. You never know what's going to come out of our mouths. Right, Chris? All right, I'm going to end it here.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you. You're welcome.